We're getting ready to go with the Monday Mindset Movement show in just about 45 seconds. Heck, my Popalzai. So glad that you're with us on Instagram. Funso Tashi. So glad that you're with us on Instagram. Spa Kigali, so glad that you're with us on Instagram. All right, those of you joining us on LinkedIn, so glad that you're here. My YouTube people, so glad that you are here with us this morning. Let's go. Hey, good morning to ya. Good morning to ya. Welcome to the show, the Monday Mindset Movement. My dude, Saskali. Hey. Good morning. Are you bored? Do you find energy in what you do daily, or are you drained by your daily activities? Let me ask you, what is it that you could find yourself doing for hours without stopping? What is it that you find yourself doing even though you don't get paid for it? What is it? Let me ask you this. Are you ready to ignite the fire inside of you? Welcome to the Monday Mindset Movement. Welcome to the show. I'm your friend, Robert Kennedy III, RK3. That's me, the Monday Mindset Movement. 15 to 30 minutes of motivation, elevation, and inspiration designed to get you thinking, blinking, rocking, and rolling through your week. Thank you for showing up on the show today. LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch this morning. I am glad that you are here. Yes, we are getting ready to rock and roll. Do me a favor while we're doing this. If you want to know when we're going live, text live to 240-557-8679. That's live to 240-55-STORY. You can also get access to prior episodes by subscribing to the YouTube channel or joining the community over at MondayMindsetMovement.com. All right. Well, listen, y'all, it's just about time to get moving with the movement. Let's do it.
Motivated, elevated, and accelerated. It's your time to jump out of your comfort zone and reach higher. It's time to get up and go. Grab your cup of grit and your daily dose of resilience. It's time for the Monday Mindset Movement with your host, Robert Kennedy III, RK3. It's time.
Hey y'all, what's going on? What is happening? How you doing this morning? Hey, I'm your friend Robert Kennedy III, RK3. That's me. I'm so glad to be with you this morning on the Monday Mindset Movement. As I said before the break, if you want to know when we're going live, text live to 240-8679. 240-55-STORY. Text the word live and we'll let you know that we're going live. All right. So glad that y'all are here. Saskali, glad to see you this morning. Jennifer, glad to see you this morning. Chip, so glad to see you this morning. All right. Good deal. So glad that you're here. Jessica on YouTube, glad that you're here this morning. Let's see who is on the IG, the Instagram people. What's going on? Saskali, you're there on Instagram as well. So glad that you're here this morning. I am glad to be with y'all today. Let's jump on in and let's get started with this thing. So the question that I've asked this morning is, are you bored? Are you living a mundane life? Are you just taking it day by day and you're just doing the same stuff and you're not really enjoying or pursuing life with passion? What's happening in your space today? I watched the movie this weekend. I went to see the Bob Marley One Love movie this weekend. How many of you seen that? Go ahead and type me in the comments if you saw that movie yet. Saskia, I know you've seen that movie today, right? I watched it this weekend, and it was a biography, not for his whole life, but just a specific segment of his life. And one of the things that I loved, I was enthralled by the scenes where he would just start singing, and the other musicians in the room would just start playing. It didn't matter if they had their instruments or not, right? If he started singing, he would just kind of bring his guitar in and he would say, "Hey, y'all, check this out." And they would just start banging on a table. Or there was this one guy that he would just always have a bottle, it seemed, and he would hit the bottle with a pencil, and that was his instrument at the time. Whatever it was that he was creating, they were ready. They just jumped in. They were in it, right? They were inside of this moment. And there was joy and passion and conviction in the moment. And this rough, unprocessed creation, this moment that seemed to be on the spur of the moment quite often, became a product that permeates how we feel. Right? You can't go on a Caribbean vacation or a Caribbean themed vacation without hearing a Marley tune. You can't go without hearing some One Love. You can't go. That's like if you don't hear a Bob Marley tune, were you on vacation? Were you really on vacation? Right? Hey, Quest Green, good to see you this morning. Errol B. Samuel, good to see you this morning. Kika B, good to see you this morning. Yeah, so I was captured by the passion with which they were able to be in their moments, right? And a lot of us don't have that passion. Have you ever heard the phrase "in your element"? Yeah. Sometimes when people say that, they see someone, that they see them doing it really well. They see them doing something, and they see them doing it really well, and they seem lost in that thing. And lost, air quotes, lost in a good way, right? Not lost like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? Lost like they're in flow, and they've just been enveloped by that thing, right? And when we think about it, most of us think that people just find their element, or their element finds them. Have you ever seen somebody like that? You've seen them, and they just look like they're passionate. They know what they want. They know what they need. They know what's up, and we feel like those people are lucky. Right? Oh my gosh, they found their passion, and we're jealous of them. We compare ourselves to them. They stumbled onto what they love. They found what they love to do. They're blessed. That those people are blessed. For a period in my life, I wrote a lot of music. Those of you who don't know anything about me don't know this. Those of you who know me intimately know this. For a period in my life, I wrote a lot of music. I would sit down at a piano or a keyboard, and I would get lost in creating. I had a couple of keyboards, synths, and I would get lost in creating. I had every sound, every patch on the keyboard would reveal an experience. And at times it was the other way, right? I would have an experience in mind, or I had an emotion or a feeling, and I would search for a sound to align with it, right? I would write music, and sometimes the lyrics would come after, or sometimes the lyrics came first and then the music came after, or I'd add music after. And in rare instances, both of them would come at the same time. Those are some amazing moments. Now, I don't really write music now. I don't really write a lot of music now, and I still love music. I still love it. And even when I sit down now to play at my keyboard or just play at a piano, writing music is challenging. Back in the day, it would just kind of flow out of me, I felt like. But now writing music, or maybe it's that I'm more critical, I don't know what it is, but it's more challenging now. And I began to ask myself the question, have I lost my passion? Have I lost my passion? And a lot of us ask ourselves that question, have I lost our passion, or what is it that I'm passionate about? I live a life and I don't know what I'm doing, or I'm just kind of following instructions. I go to this job every day and it's boring and I don't have a passion, and I'm trying to find my passion. And you go online and they tell you these statements, these gurus say, find your purpose, find your passion. And they make it sound so easy and so simple, right? We might say that we lost our passion or we haven't found our passion. In my case, I asked myself the question, did I lose my passion? But it wasn't that I lost my passion. The truth is, I started to choose other things. I started to choose other things. I started choosing my kids. I started to choose entrepreneurship and building a business. I started to choose creativity in other areas. There's this author by the name of Ken Robinson. He wrote a book called The Element. And he says, when we talk about being in your element is not something you find, but something you create. The more you are in your element, he says, the more creative, innovative, and fulfilled you become. So that's what it is for a lot of us, right? That's the answer right there. A lot of us are waiting for our passion. We're waiting to find our passion, or we're waiting for our passion to find us. And what the mistake that a lot of us make is that we sit around and we're saying, okay, I got to find my passion, or I'm waiting for my passion to find me. And we may miss our passion because we think that our passion is joy. Oh my gosh, I gotta be happy about it. I gotta love it. I've got to smile all the way through it. And that's how I know it's my passion. I can do this and it just feels like play all day. La, 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 and that's how I know that it's my passion. But sometimes we mistake our passion with our joy, or we might mistake our passion with something that is easy. Instead, our passion is what we choose to be repeatedly drawn to, or what we repeatedly choose to draw to us. I'll say that one more time. Our passion is what we choose to be repeatedly drawn to, or what we choose repeatedly to draw to us. I'm not going to be on long this morning. There's a friend of mine. I won't say her name immediately, but I'll ask you to go visit her website in a little bit. During the Freddie Gray incident in Baltimore, she had been working a job. She had a good corporate job with a media company, cable company. Watching everything that was going on, had grown up in the city of Baltimore, and watching everything that going on, she had come through. Okay, yep, I'm seeing somebody saying the live is down on Instagram. Not sure what's happening there, right? Hoping that it'll come back shortly. She had come through the city and grown up and come through some circumstances and made it to a place where she got a good corporate job. But then the Freddie Gray thing happened, and she was passionate about her job, or she loved her job. She really enjoyed her job. But then the Freddie Gray thing happened, and she made a choice to leave her job and create a nonprofit in Baltimore for youth. Right? She made a choice to create a nonprofit in Baltimore for youth. Was that easy? No. Does it bring her joy every single day? No. Has she found her passion? No. She's chosen it. She's chosen her passion. She saw something and she chose to do something. She saw something and she chose to make a difference about it. She saw something and she chose to do something or to create something that aligned with that thing. So she chose her passion. Shout out to Joni Hollifield and Heart Smiles in Baltimore. Here's some homework that I want you to do. How did she know to choose that thing? Well, she chose that thing, or she knew to choose that thing because she was clear on something that a lot of us are not clear on. She was clear on her core values. A lot of us are not clear on what we believe, or we're not clear on our core values, so it's hard for us to find our passion. It's hard for us to choose our passion. So here's what I want you to do. Here's the homework. I want you to do 3 things. Number 1, I want you to write down 3 core values that you have. I want you to write down 3 things that you believe strongly, 3 things that are central to you, 3 things that are core to how you operate every day. I want you to write down 3 things. One of mine is I want people to feel seen and heard. That's one of my core values. I want people to feel seen and heard. That's central to what I do every day, every single day. I want people to feel connection. That's a core value for me. What are 3 of your core values? I want you to write those 3 down. Then after that, second thing I want you to do, I want you to write down 3 things that you do currently that align with those core values. Okay? One of my core values is I want people to feel seen and heard. So how do I operate daily that allows that to take place? Well, I share with people every day things that they can do to allow their voice to be heard or amplified. I share with them ways that their voice can be transmitted in a much more confident way. I create classes. I go on podcasts. I do live streams. I do shows like this, all trumpeting the idea that you can be seen and heard. So what are 3 things that you do that align with your core values? And then lastly, write down 1 thing that you may be doing. Actually, let me say it this way. Write down 1 thing that you may not be doing or may need to do more of in order to deeply align with a value. Right? Write down 1 thing that you may not be doing or you may need to do more of in order to align with a value. Okay, so I'll say those again. Write down 3 core values. Write down 3 things that you currently do. The second thing, you might think I'm messing up my numbers. The second thing is I want you to write down 3 things that you currently do that align with those values. And then thirdly, I want you to write down 1 thing that you may not be doing or may need to do more of in order to deeply align with that value. Okay? And this is homework. And the reason I want you to do this is because I want you to become even more aware. I want you to become even more intentional. I want us to become even more intentional about how we approach each day. A lot of us, right? Wait until the thing finds us, or we're hoping that the thing finds us. We're looking at other people doing their thing. We're looking at other people living and operating with passion, and we think the thing has found them. And it's not the thing it's not so much that the thing has found them. It's that they're aware of what's important. They're aware of their core values, and they've chosen to operate within those core values. And because they repeatedly choose to operate within that core value, they become more creative and innovative and even more drawn to the thing that they're doing or the thing that they're executing. The challenge, again, for many of us is that we're waiting to find something, or we're waiting for it to find us, and we live unfulfilled lives because we embrace static days. We want to stay still and hope that joy and passion finds us. But the truth is, we choose our element. We choose our joy. We choose our passion. We choose. We don't just find it, we choose it. Join me this Wednesday at 1:30 for Story to Sales on LinkedIn Audio. We're talking about overcoming objections this week. What's the story of tough customers? Right? Join me at Wednesday at 1:30 on LinkedIn Audio. If you want to know when we're going live, text live, LIVE, to 240-557-8679, and I'll send you the information. Okay, that's live, LIVE, to 240-557-8679, and I'll get you the link. I want to end today with a quote from Ken Robinson's book, The Element. He says, "Change what you're doing and then change your world." And if enough people do that, then we can change the world. Hey y'all, it's Monday, and we want to shift your mind to shift your mindset to a place of growth. But it doesn't just start and stop on Monday. We want to encourage you to take your Monday mindset into tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. Be curious, make a choice, move, start a movement, be a movement. Join me next week, Monday, on the Monday Mindset Movement, 8 a.m. on Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. Until then, be amazing, my friends.